Hello everybody, I'm Joseph Kelly, and I just wanted to say something. So, I got, like, a while back, like a few months ago, I got, Siege Optimus Prime, right? But, here's the thing, I tried to figure out how to get this part off of his body, and, I kind of messed up the metal rods that slide onto him. And they are right here, and I forgot to pick them up. Get the dust off those. I cannot fix that. I mean, in the end, I did swap it, but here's the issue. I cannot swap their legs. And there's not even... Is there screws in there? Oh, right, I did end up finding the screws because I need to tighten the legs, keep them tight so they don't... But yeah, the screws, I undid those, and the thighs didn't even come apart. So, I couldn't remove them. And there's pins right here, there's those metal rods again, in his knees, so I can't take those out. And I'm not going to do any more stuff to him so I don't destroy him, because sometimes I like to try to make the toys a little bit better. So I tried to give Soundwave some wheels, right? So I took apart like a toy car, like a pullback. Like, I have some of the wheels right here. Now, do you notice something? This one, see how it's 5mm? So you can plug them in, but I would not recommend that because it kind of broke off, and it was really difficult to get them out of his arms. They were in his arms, and I had to get him out because he couldn't transform into his other modes. And yeah, so I experiment sometimes, but I should probably stop. And you know, it's all fun and games till you can't undo it. Like in this instance, I used my own money and got same day shipping or the next day shipping just for this to happen. And trust me, it's both sides. They're both fucked up. They are both fucked up. And I'm lucky nothing else got ruined. And I tried to use a knife to cut this, but it was not working. You can see where I tried to cut it right there. You can see right there where I was trying to cut it off, but I don't think it's gonna work. Now, here's the thing I find the weirdest about this, though, is the fact that the Lazy Eyebrow, I'll put a link for his channel in the description of this video, or the end cards at the end or whatever, but he talked about this figure and did not at all mention how his legs cannot go all the way up. He cannot properly sit down. 45 degrees is not enough. And there's nothing you can do about it. This does not flap up. Look at this. This is also Siege. This is Siege. This is Siege. Look at the difference. There's little flappy thingies. Wow. Look how simple that is. They use those damn pins again. You could... there's enough room, too, to do the backwards motion like they did on Optimus here. They can still do that thing. See? There's enough room to put a damn pin right fucking there. Right there. They could just put a pin. But no. They insisted that they have a solid piece so that he can't sit down. Watch this. Do you really think I'm going to be able to sit down on my bed if I cannot move my legs past 45 degrees? Let's see. Oh, I can't even get into my bed. Oh, would you look at that? I can't even do it because my legs can't bend far enough. So what do you think's going to happen when I'm trying to animate Optimus here? Kneeling, or I don't know. Soundwave can kneel to a certain degree. Yes, it's not good, but it's something. But at least he can get off the ground and sit down. Like, look. He's sitting. Cool. He can get up. Optimus here, he can't sit down. Who sits like that? Nobody, that's who. He can't really get off the ground because his knees can't go far enough. Or, I mean, his knees can go far enough. I mean, his hips can't go far enough. So, if he gets knocked to the ground, he's stuck. He can get taken down by any Decepticon. All they gotta do is push him. All they gotta do is knock him over and he can't get up. Why would they make the leader of the Autobots the strongest guy, both with his morals and his strength, unable to get up? It's like a turtle on its shell. He can get up, but it's going to take way too much effort. Why would they do this? Is this some sort of, like, sick joke for a company standpoint? Like, what the hell, man? What the hell? By the way, there's something I got before everyone else did. We have Studio Series Shockwave here. It's actually the exact same thing as the core class, just bigger. Oh, and yeah, and you can do that. Like my character, Jeremy, which is a rogue clone of Shockwave's. More detail on that later, though. I got this off the very top shelf because I'm pretty much Slender Man. And it's always, Joey, get this, Joey, get that, because I'm tall. So those of you who think being tall is everything, and all those girls out there who think you need a tall guy, do you want him to complain? Do you want him to complain? Do you want to be tall? If you are, like, shorter than me, and you want a taller guy, then why don't you grow some height too? Because it's about personality. That's why. I will put a video in the end cards, watch till the end, and I will show you what my future wife looks like, and I love her so much, even though we had a fight this morning, and she's so beautiful to me. She means everything to me. But anyways, I'm so tall, and this was not, no one else could buy this at the time, right? At my store, at least. They're like, oh, you need to, don't try to get stuff from the top shelf, get someone else to do it. And I'm like, I ain't gonna destroy nothing. I know how to do stuff without breaking things. I got this. And then guess what? Look what I got. Because everything else at the store at the time, either I already had, but didn't really want to get. Like Crankcase, his knees literally just wear out, and then he can't stand up because it's too loose. Why would I buy another one for it to also wear out? When I could get a new one. This is the only new one that I actually wanted, because there's this other guy who I've never heard of, and has a goofy-ass looking jet mode. Never heard of him. I don't even know if he's an Autobot or a Decepticon. I don't even fucking remember what his name is. But, yeah, here is Studio Series Shockwave, and coolest toy I've ever gotten. I like how this isn't just, you know, plastic. It's actually bendy. I love that so much. So, yeah. Don't even have to disconnect it. He can't turn all the way around, but he couldn't because of the little whatever that is. Kind of reminds me of Starscream's air intakes on his, behind his shoulders. But yeah, it can go 90 degrees both directions with no issues at all. Maybe, like, 80 degrees or whatever degree this is, to be a little bit on the safe side so you don't mess up the coil. But I love the cable. It's so cool. But, yeah. He also has no issues getting up and standing up. And he can kneel and all that. My only issue with Galvatron, by the way, I took off his things and it's got a 9mm. Now it's a very loose 9mm, or not 9mm, 5mm, but it's a millimeter nonetheless. It fits in the slot. My issue with Galvatron here isn't the transformation or anything. My issue with him is the fact that his, they want you to put the cannon there. Tell me, you the audience, if you're a Transformers fan, you should understand this. Why on earth would they have it here like Starscream? Starscream has to aim with his whole arm. That's kind of, you know, that goes along with the style, right? That's what everyone's known him to do. He doesn't shoot like this. He shoots like this. That's kind of his thing, right? That's it. What makes him unique. Now, Galvatron and Megatron have it attached here on his forearm. Now, for some reason, he likes to do this in the cartoon and bend his arm weird and make it phase through his arm and, you know, break the laws of physics because it was a messy cartoon. What do you expect? But still, I prefer him to have it out like this, so when he's walking, it doesn't smack him or get stuck, and then he aims like this. Like, sometimes he'll hold it, and I think that's really badass. But if you try to do that on Galvatron, it's very loose on this second port here. I can't tell if it's just as deep or not. Ayo. But it doesn't really stick on very well because of how fat they made this one. Why don't they just make them the same fucking size? Why would they do that? Because when you undo his arm, here's the issue. The cannon gets smacked and it's very loose. And also, if you're animating, it kind of doesn't want to stay in place and it spins and stuff. If it's going to spin, it better spin in a good way where I can actually animate it. It better be tight, right? Not too tight that I'm afraid to take it out because I'm afraid it's going to pop out and just break like the Dodge Challenger wheels, I think these were, where the ends come off. This is the only one I have left that the 5mm thing didn't break, because on this one you can definitely see it broke, and I had to scrape it out and break it to pieces so I couldn't glue it back on. But I don't glue anything together anyways. We don't have that, but whatever. But yeah. I wish I had 2 RCs so I could... It's pretty sick. But yeah. Other than that, I don't have a problem with Galvatron at all. Really. Sick as hell. But yeah. By the way, the only complaint I have about Scourge here, or Laser Optimus, you know, because they're repaints, but I got Scourge first and then Laser Optimus, but whatever. This is Inferno's gun, by the way, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I got a new light. It has the fan and everything. I didn't have a fan before, but I've started to notice that they would call it yellowing for white plastic, but in this case, this is greening, I guess, because it looks like a very dark military-looking green. It kind of looks like this toy truck I have here, but less exaggerated, which is not good, okay? Not good at all. You can't really see it on camera, but I can see it, and it's only in certain lighting, so for the most part, that's okay, but it's still a little bit concerning. And yes, it's Inferno's, because I see the same thing happening on Inferno here on his hips and stuff, and his chest and all that. Not his chest, I mean his, you know, abdomen or whatever the hell. My complaint for Blitzwing, this video is just me pointing out all the faults in these, because, you know, I never really have anyone to complain to. My complaint with this is not solid plastic, it's bendy, which when you put them in a toy box with a bunch of other toys, it gets bent, and oh shit, he's already starting to bend his sword. No! So then you have to figure out where to pinch it and hold it in place for a few seconds, and then it slowly bends back, and then it kind of bends a little bit more, and you gotta... It's a whole thing. It's so freaking annoying. Sorry if I'm cussing a little bit too much in this video. I really apologize for that. Here's the thing. My only complaint for Scourge here is, well, okay. So I get it. They have the thingy, the little tab on here for, the sword to stay on there, but if I want to put it on another figure, see how it's supposed to stay on there? And then it comes out when you rotate it? Well, what if the figure doesn't have an open hand like that? Then this happens. Oh, can't use the sword. Oh well. Now there is the solution of cutting it off, but I am not doing that, because I don't know what I can and cannot do, and I don't want to find out what damage I end up doing. Because once you damage something like this, and you are me, and you have your parents still buy you stuff, look at this. I'm in job training stuff. Like, I'm in a FOF. FOF. There's nothing in there. I used it up to buy Devastator in a video game. I can't even get a real Devastator. It's too expensive, man. Combiner Wars sucked anyway. They made him a front discharge truck instead of a normal cement mixer like he's always been. What is their issue? And then they painted extra windshields on the motor. Have you ever seen a front discharge truck that has a freaking windshield on the engine? No? I didn't think so. Slammer is the best toy I have. Lots of ports. Be nice if there was, like, something... Or, I'm kidding. There's really no complaints. It is a bit limited in some ways, but you can fix that by buying another Slammer. I don't have another Slammer, but that would be sick as hell. You don't even have to have the thing. The way I like transform him is I put the connector for this down here because it's very loose here. It will just slip off and fall down. Just put it on his arm and there. I mean, you will have to move both of them for stop motion, but they don't even really need to move. I love Slammer. That's why I had him come out at the last minute in my fan animation, because he was the big guns. He's got the most mobility out of any of these characters because his knees fold all the way. So since they're meant to do that, they can bend as much as they fucking want. And Optimus here has kind of that, which is why I'm tried to fix it myself and pry him open. The screw back here doesn't even do anything. Screw back here is probably just to tighten it a little bit. That's it. I took it out, did absolutely nothing. Still was held together. If you look closely, you see there's a little hole right there. See it? Yeah, there you go. You can see the hole now. That goes in that metal thing in there. That's chrome looking thing. Yeah. It's supposed to slide on there and I gave up and I just fold them inward. So he can transform, but he doesn't have the front axles. What really pissed me off is his knees can do that much. Almost as good as Slammer. But his hips aren't so much. That's like a sick joke to me. I feel like that's a sick joke. They give his knees so much articulation and give the hips none. That's stupid. If it was a toy from 1980s, I'd be like, okay, I guess I'll deal with it. But no, this is a toy from like, what, 2016, 2015, whatever the heck? Whenever Siege came out, I guess. No, Combiner Wars was 2015. Maybe it was like... Oh wait, I think that was 2020 or 2021 or something. I don't know, okay? I don't know. Alright. But yeah, anyways, before I get off track again, this video is already too long and it will stop letting me record in a little bit. This is all unedited, all that. My only complaint for this is it can only go so far and his arms can't, like they can't rotate forward and backward, but it's not too big of an issue, so I don't really complain about it. That's it for Scourge. Only one complaint, and that's it. The other thing is, I wish his trailer could do more, but hey, you get what you get, and it's okay. Now, one thing I wish they would do, but they did really well on Siege Optimus, is they have his transformation right. Optimus Prime never had a hip rotation. He just kind of like that. So I don't get why they keep giving him a hip rotation instead of just making the... All you gotta do to fix this... See, this is the front of his foot, and they made him do a hip rotation. All you gotta do is have this come out a little bit so it has room to spin. Spin it around, click it back in. That's what they did for this guy here. They did that right in there. That little tread, you pop it out, spin it around, click it back in. So that's all you gotta do to fix it. He never had a hip rotation. Even in Combiner, or not Combiner Wars, even in Transformers Earth Wars, they give him a hip rotation. He transforms like this, guys. Ignore the backpack. He transforms like this. Not like this. Okay? He never transformed like that. He always transformed just... Sometimes in the cartoon, he even do an extra step. Just lands on his knees, like that, and it looks cooler that way. But yeah, for this one, they had the, right here, it gives the illusion that his legs, like his shins rotate, right? Sorry, there's another piece there. And you have this spin around so it looks like, you know, it's still facing the same way. No hip rotation needed. I just hate that I ruined this toy because of all this. When I could have just gotten rid of the bumper, because guess what? Parts forming, they have another bumper. Right there. If I can get it to come out. Another bumper right frickin' there. There is no need for this anyways. And I kind of messed up the paint there trying to get it off. So, yeah. There's really no point to any of that. But, unfortunately, I don't have a way to cut it off yet. So, yeah. That's all I'm going to say for this video. This is already way too long. And, yeah, this is all unedited. And please make sure to check out my other videos. There will be cards right on the screen right now. So, please make sure to check those out. And if you'd like me to do more review videos like this, then please let me know. Anyways, that's all for today, and have a great day. Hope you find your one true love like I did.